really feel like it's tilted. I don't know why.
I don't know how it's tilted.
Hello guys, I'm here with Omar, one of my closest friends and a cosplayer. What's up?
Yeah, you can call me that. It's fine. I'm okay with that. Closest friends, that's nice.
One of my many close friends. Not my best friends, close friends.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
So yeah, we're here to discuss your cosplay life, not our relationship. Wink wink.
Actually, it's funny if you say that. My cosplay life is really heavily influenced by you, like your presence. Just it's a cute thing, right? It's a cute thing.
It's creepy, but okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let me ask you, when did you start cosplaying?
I told you for my cosplay there are like 2 stages. One stage I'd rather forget about.
No, we're definitely gonna actually cue that picture, but yeah.
Okay, don't do it. Alright, I mean like it's on my Instagram so anyone can see it. But yeah, I started cosplaying in, my first cosplay that I first made was in Comic-Con 2014.
14, yeah.
Worst costume I've done to date. I'd rather burn myself alive than like look in another picture. But as I said, like it was my first costume. It looks like a kind of a push into like prop making because I kind of enjoyed the process of making the props because I didn't know how to like sew anything. I just like tried to piece in like clothes from shops, which was very expensive. Don't ever do that.
It's actually mostly how most cosplayers actually start.
No, but what I did is that I went and like I bought a hoodie from like Zara or Forever 21. Like that was the worst mistake of my life. I mean like I love the hoodie, but I mean like it didn't work out that much. Like it didn't pitch in a lot into the cosplay, and it like was a waste of money. So try to get it tailored, try to do something about that. But yeah, it was my first ever like prop making, and it was kind of enjoyable the process. And from that, it dragged on till like current day.
So basically, your main interest in cosplay was prop making more than cosplaying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, which is why like it shows a lot of my cosplays. All my cosplays are like big props, right?
Of course, yeah. So. Actually, a lot of my male cosplayers friends, they all focus more on the props.
Yeah, because there's nothing like that right here, so I gotta get at the big guns.
Fair enough. But now you do your own sewing, your own fabric, and your everything.
Yeah, I started only recently, like kind of expanding my horizon. Try to like dive into something new, like more than just props, you know. So like which includes fabric and armor, helmets, not just guns and swords and other things.
So far, how many cosplays you made? Sorry.
So far, how many cosplays I made? Okay, I'm gonna have to count this up. All right, so Black Arrow or the Dark Archer, Dr. Stein, Lubbock, Vi, Jinx. Yeah, I think it's only 5.
Interesting. So only 2 of those are actually gender bend. I thought you do more gender bend than.
Well, technically, if you forget about the first one, it's pretty much 50%.
I'm not gonna forget about the first one. That's a really important.
Yeah, it's only 2 out of them, but they were my bigger ones. Like the other 2 were like anime, so you just like have the costume and you just go. But I'm talking about the big props, the big characters. Vi and Jinx are quite a big deal. So like,
what got you into gender bend?
Honestly, it was the creative aspect and me loving the characters. I saw Vi for the first time in League of Legends and I was like, holy shit, having these gauntlets in real life would be pretty rad. So I'm like, I can make them. And I did it. And I was like, okay, let's change the whole character. And it worked out and I kind of liked it. Because when people were like talking to me, they're like, oh, that's really interesting, that's really creative. So I'm like, yeah, there's that challenging aspect of changing a character that was originally female to make it a male.
So you can add your own.
You add your own touch to the cosplay. You know, it's just like copy paste.
Of course, but do you think that UAE or the Middle East in general actually ready for gender bend?
That is, oh god, that is, I honestly don't know. What, I don't think the UAE, when you say the UAE, are you talking about the cosplay community, as in the cosplayers, or the people that, like, love cosplayers? Well, people that do cosplay and people that watch cosplay.
Let me see. I think that most cosplayers will be more understanding than the people who actually just like to see cosplayers.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I was like. What I think, because majority of the people that like go to events to see the cosplays, they don't quite understand the idea of gender bending. They come up to me, for example, and they go like, "You do know this character is female," and like I don't know what to respond, but I'm like,
really? I had no idea.
I did not look at any reference pictures.
Exactly.
But no, but a lot of people don't understand the concept of gender bending, and a lot of people do mistake gender bending with cross dressing, which for me is like, it's like a soft spot when someone calls me a cross dresser, and I'm like, well, I'm a male, not a female, you know. So gender bending, I think like if more people want to do gender bending, I highly suggest that they do. Try it out, see if you enjoy it, put your additional touch on it, and maybe more people will come to understand what gender bending is. If I'm not mistaken, over the course of years, since I started cosplaying, I've started seeing more and more gender bends.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice thing. It doesn't have to be like a character that you like that is female and you want to cosplay, but you can't just because it's a female. You can always like give it that creative touch and shift the whole character and its personality to be a male.
Yeah. Unless it's Snow White. Please don't do Snow White.
You can do Snow White. Maybe you're the prince. Prince White. Or Prince Snow.
Isn't that Jon Snow from?
He's not called Prince.
Not yet. But he is actually. Spoilers. So, from 2014 until now, around 5 cosplays.
5 cosplays, yeah.
What are your black plans for next Comic Con or whatever next event is?
Okay, my plans is that since I started sewing, I'm planning on starting to make more costumes that are cloth oriented than props, because props are quite hectic to build, and like if you build a prop, you're gonna have to dedicate yourself to that prop. You can't leave it on the side for a while. Of course, yeah. Don't do what I did. I have 2 props that are just like lying on the side. I didn't finish yet. But oh yeah, if we're gonna count out my incomplete cosplays, I do have a complete one, but I still didn't like finalize it.
So did you cosplay it?
No, I didn't. I can't. That's a major issue. The reason why I only have 5 cosplays is because we don't have that many conventions.
Actually,
we have 2 conventions per year.
2 big conventions and the small
events. Well, the small events, I don't think anyone actually like.
It's not worth putting
a new costume out. So a lot of people like recycle their own cosplays. I mean, like the previous cosplay. So I don't think I don't think anyone actually like built a new costume for that.
No.
I think I saw all of them before, except for the Silent Hill. I didn't see him before.
I think I saw him before, but I'm not 100% sure it's the same guy or not.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yes. Exactly, you cannot really tell. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about him, but I think everyone else I've already seen their costumes before.
Except for Asa.
Except for Asa.
Yeah, it's
that's new. Yeah, that was pretty good. But what's it called? Yeah, so it's only 2 cosplays a year.
Yeah.
And I think like the people that are not actual professional cosplayers that are in the UAE that always do cosplays and like travel around, I think other than that, people that are like staying in the UAE, they only make 2 cosplays a year. You know, unless they do like smaller cosplays. I don't know, I'm not generalizing. But I'm saying majority.
Some of them actually, like I noticed they do cosplays for photo shoots.
For photo shoots, yeah, that's another plan that I'm having. That's what I was working on, like as a side project, in which I'm gonna start making more costumes for photo shoots rather than just for big conventions, like a very, very big costume. But I'm planning on still doing 1 big costume a year. Like my Vi last year, maybe this year I'll make a bigger one.
Are you planning to tell us what's your next plans, what cosplay you're making, or is it secret?
Well, I have a list of things to do, but I don't know if just saying that I'm gonna do that is kind of like putting hope out, and I don't want to do that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't like saying as well, just cause I might not do it, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna create Big Daddy, the whole thing. It's gonna be working, it's gonna walk, it's gonna fly, you watch.
But they already call me Big Daddy. Wink, wink.
I'm saying that.
No hope there.
No hope for you.
So, when it comes to prop making, what materials do you usually use? Like the one thing that you always go to when you're making your props.
My most favorite material to use while prop making will be EVA foam. It has to be foam. For me, foam is really easy to work with, and it's quite cheap. To tell you the truth. Yeah, it's easy to work with. You just make the pattern out, you make a blueprint, you put it on the foam, you cut it out, you glue it together, bam. You just have to like sand things around. But the thing is, to work with foam, you need other tools to help you out. And these other tools are what usually tell people, like intimidate people, because a lot of people like invest a lot in cosplay, and they're just like scared to like go like, yeah, if I buy this, I might not use it all the time.
Of course,
It's just like a heat gun, a Dremel tool, all these different blades you need to get because foam builds up blades. So it's quite a lot to spend, but it's not like at once on the material only, but it's just like a long time investment kind of thing. But for me, it's because foam is really, really easy to work with. It's very like adjustable to whatever your circumstances are. It's easy to cut. It's easy to fold.
And it's cheap.
That's the biggest point that I have, is that it's actually cheap, and it's like really, really anywhere if you want. Like there are these shops that are just there just to sell you foam. So you can just go there, grab like 10 sheets and go back home and just like start working.
Actually, a lot of people in UAE and Dubai, they don't know where to get their foam from. What do you suggest, like the main place you go to get your foam from?
Main place I go to get my foam right now, I learned about this one shop in Dragon Mart, which a friend Asa pointed us out. I'm pretty sure it's also on the group, the UAE cosplayers group. Yeah. It's in Dragon Mart in I don't remember which wing, but it's in Dragon Mart. It's called Henkyuge. I can't pronounce that.
Chinese name?
It's a Chinese name, but it's technically one of these shops that also sells these fake grass. So you can go to any of these shops and you can also find foam. You can have the 3mm, 5mm, 10mm. I use 10 and 5 because they're the easiest to work with. If I need more, I'll get the thinner one. And the thinner one you can get like any kind of craft foam from stationaries.
Yes.
So that's the one I use. So you have these two things.
And now that you got into sewing and everything, how different, how easier or harder is it when compared to working with foam?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's actually not. The way I learned how to pattern for fabric is from a guy that I watched on YouTube that taught us how to fabric on foam, to create foam armor. Same material, same idea, which is like the cling wrap, duct tape.
Okay.
Put it on the pattern, cut it out, fit it on. And that's it. You just need to know which corners go together and just run the sewing machine through it.
Actually, I never thought about it
That's also another thing I'm working on, which is I'm gonna start making these tutorials on like my Facebook page if anyone wants to watch.
Just make your Facebook page first, but
it's gonna be there.
By the time the video is out, I hope I'll link it down if it's
alright. Yeah,
if it's out.
If it's gonna be out, it's gonna be like that.
Down, way down.
Right here. No. You see, no. You see where my hand is? Right here. I want to see my stuff. My stuff.
It should be just in the description, like way down. You have to click read more to see it.
Alright. Thanks.
Like, only if you're really interested, then you will find the link.
I really hope people are interested. We'll see. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You never wore any wigs while cosplaying?
I actually have.
Which one?
It was 1 week. And that was for Dr. Stein the second time I cosplayed. Oh, the first time I cosplayed Dr. Stein, I had like a really, really long hair. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to dye that gray or silver. But the next time I had my hair short because then the day before I cosplayed Vi. And Vi requires like short hair. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to cut my hair for Vi and get a wig for Stein. But for me, my preference is that I don't want to cosplay with a wig on because it's just too painful.
It's too painful to keep it on. And the weather in UAE doesn't help at all.
Yeah, it does not help. It does not help. Conventions need to be well ventilated. The only convention that I remember was well ventilated was Anime Abu Dhabi.
Anime Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Anime Abu Dhabi. That entire hall inside was freezing. It was cold. It was perfect.
But outside it was hot.
I mean, like outside.
The time of year.
Yeah, I mean, like it's outside, right?
Okay. The cat is.
No. Don't. No. Leave it. But yeah, I'm actually planning. I talked to a friend regarding the wigs, and she gave me an advice. She was like, "It's better to use wigs because they look more professional and clean." So that's what I'm also gonna start doing.
Is that thief?
Yeah, that was thief.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew, because she's like, why didn't he wear a green wig for Lobak?
I know everyone called me out. Everyone called me out for having short hair on Lubbock, which I don't understand. He could have cut his hair short.
Did he?
He could have before we known it. You thought about that? Have you thought about that? No, it was.
Is this your?
I was
this
lazy.
your way?
My excuse for being lazy. Yeah, I was lazy and I didn't want to go and hunt out for a wig. But
hey man, do you know that Vi is actually a female? She could have been a man before. You never know.
you never know. You can't. It's 2016, man. We're gonna like. You gotta like not assume. Man.
Exactly.
She could have been a man. You never know. She could be a man. You never know.
She could be a cat. Whatever, you know. You never know.
Yeah, don't assume.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think you're gonna have to cut that out.
Why?
I don't know. Some people might not like it. I'm just saying. It's not. I'm not making practical. It's just a practical joke.
Eh.
Yeah.
So basically, you rather not have a wig.
I'd rather not. I'd rather cosplay characters that require my normal hair that I can just dye. The wigs look way more professional, even if it was a short-haired wig. If you already have short hair, wigs look way more professional because it gets the color on point rather than like seeing my bald spot.
And not only that, yeah, I've seen some people who style wigs to match the character exactly, and I was like,
props to those guys.
Wow.
I want to learn how to do that. I really, really want to. But that's another issue with the wigs they sell here. There's not much variety of wigs.
they don't. Most people actually buy it online.
They buy it online?
And not that expensive, trust me.
Really?
Not that expensive.
I would love to know where they get it from.
I will ask. I will let you know.
Yes, please.
Because I've seen. I'm not sure if you know her, Nanashan, using on Facebook, using something. I don't remember the last name of her Facebook page. And she does also gender bend. Not actually gender bend, she does cross dressing because she's a female and she actually cosplays as a male. And the way she styles her wig are just wow. Wow. Literally like male characters with like weird hairstyles and it looks on point.
That is actually wig styling is actually really, really interesting because that's one thing I never dove into, and I've always wanted to try because it's really cool. Like the way people like work with wigs like they do with actual hair and just make it look so nice, so clean, and like so natural as well. So like props to these people.
For me,
it's an art.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, I'm like zero when it comes to art, honestly. Not even anything. Like
photography counts. It counts. It does.
Yeah, but I'm not good at that either.
You're just being too harsh on yourself.
For example, my first cosplay, my first official kind of cosplay actually, Gajil from the first Comic Con. I did Gajil from Fairtown, and that wig, I just bought it as it is, styled and expensive though. It was like proper long and styled and spiked and everything. And holy freaking hell, the weather was hot, the wig was heavy, not really heavy, but then...
But it pulls back.
The good thing, it has...
It has like clips.
Yeah, clips, and so
it like pulls back.
And it's... Actually didn't hurt that much as the weather was too hot, so my head was sweating from inside and I just wanted to...
So it was too hot that you wouldn't care less if the wig fell off.
It was. Yeah, exactly. So I can see why people wouldn't want to wear wigs, especially in UAE.
Yeah, but like it's too much of a pain. As you said, if you start sweating from inside, or like you can't help it because it's like a closed area, you start just wanting to itch. It might ruin like first if you have any makeup on. It might ruin your hair. It might like let some hair strands come out. And that's like, no one wants that. Like, absolutely no one. It's like so hard and so annoying to work with. To go back to the bathroom, just put the wig back on.
I didn't. I just like
no, but I mean like
man through it.
No, but I mean imagine someone like has like is gonna go on like stage for like in another 10 minutes and their wig fell off because it was too hot and they just did this and like their entire makeup got ruined, so they just like have to go like make a patch up job, and maybe they're on stage they're gonna still be sweating. It's gonna be super hot.
Of course.
So stages can be inside this.
Yeah, actually. All the small conventions you find the stage inside, most of them have the stage outside, but it makes sense.
It makes sense because it's like a big convention. Like
the weather.
The weather does not help. It's like
like
too much.
Because in UAE you have like summer, and then hell.
And then like...
and then 2 weeks of okay weather and then back to summer.
You have 2 weeks of winds, like cold winds and clouds, and that's all you get. Please, we need one convention in that, like 2 weeks. One day.
Actually, none happened during winter.
No.
Which is weird. But
no.
Yeah, but it makes sense because most people be studying during that time, I think. Universities and stuff.
I mean, like, I don't think when it comes to conventions, I don't think they look at the actual schedule of people's studying.
Oh, no, they do.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Of course, otherwise they won't have conventions during exams. Especially, okay, you in university have different schedules. Like,
yeah.
Some people have exams now, some people don't. But they focus more on like high schools and blah blah blah. Oh, they have off now, so it's a good time to have a convention.
Well, I mean, like that is true because every time Comic-Con it always falls on like a study break for us. But I still don't think it should be that big of a deal. I mean, like, look at the exam time because like there's a specific month which is known like as an exam month, like throughout the entire UAE. So I think we don't have it then. But just like have it sometime in the winter, that it's kind of cold. It's nice. Trust me, people will enjoy it much more. Because I talked to a lot of people that were with me backstage in Comic-Con because I did go on stage, and the majority of the people kept complaining about the weather. Nothing else. They're always like, "How was the convention? It was nice, but it was so hot." It's not always. That's all I hear. It was so hot. I mean, like, I don't think that's the fault of the organizers by any chance. Of course not.
It's not their fault.
It's the sun needs to the sun just needs to chill.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Have you ever had one huge mistake in your cosplay and you just figured it out during a convention?
Ooh, my Vi cosplay. That was the biggest mistake I've done till date that I cannot forgive myself for.
Which is?
Using cardboard.
For the gauntlet?
Yes.
Really?
The entire gauntlet was made out of cardboard. And one thing about cardboard is the cheapest material you can get. Yeah. It's like the cheapest. You can get it theoretically for free. You can just go to any supermarket and ask them for cardboard boxes and just cut that out, and then when you paint it doesn't show, right? But it is not durable at all.
Yeah, it breaks easily.
My Vi gauntlets broke down at the end of the convention when I wore them for the first time. I wore them once.
But at least it went through the convention.
Yeah, no, it actually broke in the middle of the convention, but it didn't show because the way I held the gauntlet, it was like the fingers started falling down, so I just like held it backwards, right? Okay. But still, it is not durable. It breaks down real quick. And surprisingly, it's heavy. When you fill a lot of different parts with cardboard, it becomes heavy because it like weighs it down, kind of thing. And like I also use styrofoam and like also reinforced it with foam, and that became heavy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And also when you paint it, the first layer can end up being soggy because it's paper, and if paper is not durable to paint, of course, it gets like soggy, and also the paint doesn't get you don't get that perfect color of paint. Unlike foam, which you can seal and you can like varnish and you can make sure it's safe. Yeah, you can't do that with like.
So that was your biggest mistake.
That was I'd say it's my biggest mistake, but there are also other mistakes in that costume, like the armor. My armor was leather, and the way I glued the leather pieces together, it was like leather and like the sole. You know this the rubbery part of the shoe.
Okay.
Yeah, that material is
Okay.
what I used to make the armor. And what I used to glue the pieces together was hot glue. Hot glue
It
melts
doesn't work well, okay.
in the heat.
Of course.
I went out the car, 2 minutes, the whole armor fell. So that's why if you look at any of my pictures of Vi, not a single piece of armor.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, not a single piece of armor.
My biggest mistake, if I remember right, first Comic Con, I was in a hurry. Not really in a hurry, but then first time cosplaying and I didn't have a checklist of what I'm. I just had it in my mind.
Yeah,
like, I need to do this.
Yeah, I
this,
need
and
to do the one, two, three.
Yeah, like hotel room before the convention, like get it ready and everything, like with other people from the cosplay community, and you watch Fairy Tail. So the guy has the Fairy Tail tattoo on his shoulder.
Yeah.
First day, I forgot about the tattoo. Totally forgot. I just remembered it after I got back home. I was like, oh, doesn't the guy have like Fairy Tail tattoo
right here?
Second day, I was like, I need someone to draw it because I told you art, I'm zero.
Yeah. I mean, like it's kind of hard to draw anything on your hand by yourself.
Yeah.
That's why you always need someone to
And
do
actually,
it.
yeah.
Imagine having a tattoo like on your chest, like all the way here, like running from your neck down. You can't draw it yourself.
So yeah, I was lucky that MJ, you know MJ, I think.
Yeah.
MJ. Like it's easier just to call her MJ. Yeah, she was there, and I was so lucky because she did an amazing job for the second day.
Yeah, I saw the picture. It's actually really. I actually thought it was a sticker.
No, it was just marker, by the way. She just drew it
That is
directly
nice,
to the picture and just drew it
That
directly
was
to my
nice.
shoulder. And also the first day, because I was wearing
The big
the spear looking thing, because his arm turned to a spear. On the other hand, because he has claws, okay? So I put, nails, fake nails, and I sand them down to...
Make them pointy.
Exactly. And I used the glue for the nails. I put them, before I reached the convention, everything was falling down. Next day, super glued them. And it worked perfect.
You super glued nails to your hand.
It worked perfectly.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it will work perfectly. Nothing beats super glue. But you super glue things to your nails.
Yeah.
Smart.
You know the metal, like the small...
Don't tell me you also super glued that.
Thanks to Solid's idea, actually.
You super glued things on your face.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to peel that one?
No, it wasn't that bad. Like, remove it, because I was told that the only problem is one of them here, and for some reason I forgot to totally remove this hair. And
It's
like,
like
when you remove them and you can feel one tear coming down and one tear come down from inside your nose? That painful.
it was. I can imagine. Like I just did that right now, and it hurt.
Exactly. But yeah, first time is always interesting.
Yeah, you learn what not to do.
What to do.
Yeah, like just
I would still do super glue, trust me.
I wouldn't. I'm not. I got super glue once on my hand while working, and it was the worst thing because you feel like your hand is like a block. You just try to beat it off, and you can't.
It didn't happen to my face, which is weird. You know what I used?
You have too fair skin.
Thank you. You know what I used actually to do the metal pieces? Like, it's not actual metal pieces. You know the glue gun? The stick? The glue stick?
Oh, you
Cut it. No, I cut it into square,
like circles.
circles, and then super glued. That's why I made it.
That's weird.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
I'm
how.
gonna use that.
That's how I did it. Actually,
okay.
that was.
I'm gonna use that shit. Like, just cut them down. Cut them down into discs to make like pivots.
The one I did, and it worked good actually. Like super glue, and when I removed it, it was okay. It was fine.
If it works, it's not stupid. If it works, it's not stupid.
So, yeah. Basically, my only one mistake was forgetting the tattoo first day. But it worked fine.
I mean, like you cosplayed a fairy tale character. The question you asked was, we were talking about the first mistake you did.
Oh yeah, the whole forgetting the tattoo.
And super glue.
Super glue was not a mistake.
For me,
For why?
super don't get. I hate getting super glue, man. I know a lot of people that just put super glue just to peel it off.
No.
Yeah, because it's satisfying. You might think like.
It's satisfying. No. On my nails, it didn't even leave a mark, by the way. I don't know.
It's so weird.
It didn't leave a mark, and it was really good. Like even if I by mistake touch anything, didn't fall off, which was actually.
Next time I want to do nails, I'm going to use your jet. So we go there, send it off.
No, actually, send it off first.
Send it off first and then screw. Because I like imagine garlic.
No. Because I was worried it might.
I'm imagining the sound of like filings. Oh god, okay, next. move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on to during conventions. You did contests before, right? Like you did participate in cosplay.
Once.
It was this
Comic-Con
this year.
That was my first time on stage.
Do you think that there's anything that would have improved your experience on stage? Like
My experience on stage?
Not your skit, like when it comes to the people who organize, if they added something or removed something that would have actually helped your situation or others, like when you watch them.
One thing is that, okay, for example, there are a lot of people that use pre-rendered animation screens and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think a screen would be helpful to like enhance someone's skin. Now for me, my skin was just me getting on stage and dancing and just acting crazy. So that's what my character supported. But for other people that I can have full-fledged skin, first I highly suggest like it would be nice that the way to enter and the way to exit from the stage supported big cosplays.
Yeah.
Because it was always the delay to get that one big cosplayers on stage. Because it's like, there's no way, so I have to walk sideways. Now I have to push everyone out of the way. And not only that, in this year, when you enter the stage, the second you entered, you literally have like only one leg space to move onto the actual stage, so you don't hit the equipment that was on stage.
Okay.
Which was the drum kit, the DJ set, and all that stuff. It was like all lined up also on stage. So having that area also cleared out would be easier for people that have like giant wings, giant dinosaurs, and like Big Daddy to get on like stage. It's like having a lot of space and free space for a cosplayer to move and like act freely. That would be nice. But that was there the year before. But I'm just saying from my experience that this year when I joined the contest, that's exactly how it was.
They always have one thing one year and then bad thing in the same year, but then they fix that bad thing in the next year, but they screw the first thing.
I don't think it's like purposely done. It's just like
not.
managing. That's how I felt it was. But yeah, always having that extra free space for a cosplayer to go there to make this the most out of that area for like his skin or her skin or their skin is important, you know. Because like if a skit requires someone to run across and just leap, they need to have that space, you know.
Yeah, but they did have rules of not jumping on stage and stuff like that, didn't they?
I jumped, not off stage.
No, on stage. I remember the first Comic-Con they had such rules.
I jumped.
And all time you need to have at least 1 foot touching the ground.
Really?
Yeah, that was a rule on the first Comic-Con, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember seeing that rule. That's the thing.
I don't know.
Because I was like running and like. I honestly then it's fine. I'm not fine. It was there. I just had fun. That's it.
That's the most important thing about cosplay, anyway.
Yeah, it's just have fun. I'm serious. Like, just have fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point?
It's actually the one time that you forget about your university stress, your life stress, and everything. You just go out there, have fun.
Never forget about stress. Just like, put it on the side for a while.
Exactly. A few hours, you're like someone else.
It's just an enjoyable experience. You get to know people, you get to talk to people, random people that you would have never interacted with on a normal basis. Just because you were dressed up as a character that they might like, or that you like, or you both like, or it looks cool. It's just like many things that are there that just like can help you get to know more people. It's just like fun. It's just enjoyable experience.
I actually it helped a lot of. I noticed a lot of cosplayers who were like super introverts.
Yeah,
and it's like they found a place among people that they relate to.
Yeah, it's like everyone is like you can say. I'm not gonna say everyone, but a lot of people in the cosplay community are like they show like either social anxiety. They're just scared to go out and talk to people. But once they put on the costume, it just becomes more natural. I think it's because you're not you anymore.
Exactly.
So to speak, you're not actually, like when I'm in cosplay, I'm not Omar anymore. I become the character.
Of course.
Or, like, it changes from one person to another. I've seen many people, my friend was one of them. She is a very shy person. She doesn't talk to anyone, but she cosplayed for the first time. This is her second time cosplaying. This Comic-Con. And she cosplayed the Mad Hatter. And I've never seen her talk to people as much as she did this year. Ever. I'm talking university. She doesn't talk to anyone. She's just like, always like, has her small group that she talks to, and that's it. But in this convention, she was out there talking, laughing, joking around. Like, it was like, she was having a great time. So that was nice. That was heartwarming to see. So it's nice to see people just go out there and have fun. That's the most important thing.
What got you into cosplay to begin with?
What got me to cosplay? Okay, first, when I did the first character, Black Arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will cue the picture again.
Cue the picture. I honestly don't care. Cue the picture. I have grown from that. And if you want, even like I'll send you a picture of the first ever prop. I told you about I have my first ever prop like hung on my wall next to me.
Yeah.
And it's signed as well. It's signed by a Dota 2 player,
Okay.
famous one, Aki, when they came Alliance, and he signed it for me, and I was like, okay, so it has a signature. It's my first prop. I'm just gonna hang it up there, and then from there I like expanded my wall. I have like all my props like across. But yeah, what's it called? So I cosplayed the Dark Arrow because I heard that Comic-Con was coming up. And I was a big fan of cosplay anyways because like I follow these cosplayers online. It's kind of nice to see your character come to life.
Of course, yeah.
You know? And then I was watching the CW Arrow and I saw Black Arrow and I was like, that person is kind of a douchebag. I like it. I want to be that character, you know? I want to be in that movie, in that situation where I can like punch another character in the face. That would be cool. That like it feels nice, you know. It feels like you're in an action movie and all that. And then I was like, wait a second, Comic-Con is coming up. Why don't I and my friends cosplay that? Like cosplay together. It was me and my friend and my sister. They were planning on cosplaying together. And then we brought apart the cosplay, put it together, and went to the convention. Now, because my character was poorly done, no one noticed. No one figured out who I was, except for maybe 2 to 3 people. And that itself was really, really nice.
Okay.
When one person figured out what character I'm cosplaying, that was nice. You know, they go like, thank you for appreciating me.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that was the first time. And then I didn't cosplay till next Comic-Con because I like fell out of touch.
Alright.
Graduation and all that. That was like my gap year, my free time. So I was like, I'm not gonna like be completely attached to this because I'll be studying for to start medical school. Then fast forward to next Comic-Con is when I met another friend of mine into cosplay, but I didn't do it well. So she kind of helped me out, and that's when I was watching Soul Eater at the same time. And I looked at Dr. Stein and I was like, okay, I'm a medical student. I love cosplay. His personality is fantastic. He's crazy. He's like psychopathic, but still good intentions. He's battling with that. And I was like, I kind of understand that. And the character is pretty cool, to be honest. So I was like, okay, that is what I'm going to cosplay, and I'm going to do it right this time. So I got my lab coat, like one of my used lab coat, just get in and start stitching, make my own shirt, make the screw. It all fell together, and especially with the glasses, I like the fact that I have to wear glasses. I hate the fact that I don't have to wear glasses in cosplay because it's too annoying. So the fact that there was a character that I can cosplay with glasses is quite cool. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cosplay Stein, and when I did, I went to Comic-Con, and honestly, that was the best experience I've had in my life. It was so much fun. It was so enjoyable. I remember the group of kids that came up to me and they were like all fanboying over me. They were like, wow, your cosplay is so nice. And they like started asking for hugs, and I was like shocked because it was so overwhelming. I never expected anyone to like my cosplay. And I'm just walking around and all these people, like I've seen these people that have awesome big cosplay compliment my small like housework. Like it was the first time where I stitched my hand. It was like all hand stitched. So I'm like, I don't have any experience in this. And seeing all these people just like liking my work, it kind of felt like I've done something.
Exactly, it's worth it.
It's worth it. And not only that, meeting these people, talking to them, just chatting about these most randomest topics you can find. Like, oh, what did you use to like glue that to your head? Like a super glue or something. Like these kind of conversations, they were fun. These small talks, they were so much fun. And then I got to meet more people from the cosplay community. And that also drove me further to become a better cosplayer, so to speak. Seeing all these people and how grand scale their cosplays are, I just wanted to be like them. You know, I was like, that was the first time I also saw General Grievous on stage.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That's when he won that
Exactly.
Comic-Con. When he went on stage, I was like,
That's
want to...
2015, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Yeah.
That was the second Comic-Con I've been to. So this year was the third one.
Right, yeah.
So General Grievous went on stage and I was like, that is fantastic. I want to build that. I'm a massive crafting, like building kind of person. So I was like, I want to build something that big. So to get to that point, I need to grow a bit as a cosplayer. And then slowly I started falling in love with different characters. And I'm like, yeah, I like to do this character. I like to do that character. I like to cosplay this, that. Male or female gender bend is like my passion, to tell you. But like, all characters. Like if I feel connected to a character, to their personalities, the way they act, to the way they look, I'm just gonna cosplay.
Of course, yeah.
That's like this kind of like a connection between me and my cosplay. So it makes it easier like to transition into that cosplay, into the character. So that's what also I found really fun. So it's like role playing, acting, crafting, playing dress up, meeting people, socializing, going out there. It's like an art, just like combined. It's like an art when your body's the canvas, you know? So that's why I fell in love with cosplay, and I just was like, yes, cosplay is what I'm gonna do from now on, alongside what I do normally. So,
Which is
study.
you study. That's what you do for a life.
Yeah, I still didn't graduate. So once I graduate, I don't know. The thing is, it's also terrifying knowing that if I graduate, it might become difficult to cosplay. But I'll still like try to like find like a middle ground. Of course, I can balance. If I can balance my studies, which are like 11 hours a day, with my cosplay, I think I can do working at 8 hours a day and doing cosplay.
Yeah, actually, you can.
So you know, if you find enjoyment in something, you just want to do it for the fun of it. You know, it brings you happiness, it brings you joy. Why not?
Exactly. So let me end this with one last question. What is the worst thing that you ever heard someone tell you while you're cosplaying? Basically, like the worst comment, sentence, something that
Worst comment?
that felt out of place and you felt like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, the worst comment I got on one of my cosplays, I think everyone is going to see this coming. The character is originally female. Why don't you leave a female character to the female cosplayers? You're a man. Why are you cosplaying a girl? Out of all the male characters, you chose this one female character. I honestly don't understand what is wrong with doing that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't get it. But and not only that, it go like it keeps going. Oh my god, you're gay for cosplaying gender bend. You don't gender bend is not an actual cosplay. That is an actual thing that I've got. Like I don't even understand like people. I mean, like as I said, there's not much gender bend going out there. That's why there's the lack. Like you can call it ignorance. The ignorance factor always there. People that come to conventions just to see cosplays, they don't have that research factor to know what different cosplayers cosplay, different like ways of cosplaying. You have cross-dressing, you have gender bending, you have gijinkas, you have normals, you have mechas, you have fabric, you have armor. You have so many different categories in cosplay, and people that they like cosplay, they just go like, oh, this guy looks like the character, 10 out of 10. This guy has a really cool looking character, 10 out of 10. You know?
Exactly.
They just like forget about a lot of other factors, and they forget that cosplayers are also people. What you're saying to that person will hurt them. I worked so hard on my Vi cosplay to hear someone go like, you do know Vi is originally female.
Oh my god, I spent few weeks working on this, I have no idea.
Few weeks, it took me 6 months to put the whole costume together because it took me a while to get the gauntlet in the actual size, get it both symmetrical. It wasn't an easy thing because I jumped from Dr. Stein back into Vi, so it was a very big leap that I had to take. It was multiple gauntlets going to the trash, like 3 gauntlets before the actual final, like 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me some time to figure it out, to go to the convention and just hear some guy yell out from afar, Vi is a girl. Like, you're telling me this, I know that. that is not the point of my cosplay. You know, people need to remember the most important aspect of cosplaying is that the cosplayers are people.
Exactly.
Not everyone that cosplays get paid for it. And like some people go like, yeah, if you're getting paid for something, you don't get to whine about it. Yeah, but like not everyone.
Even if you get paid,
if you get paid, it does not justify you hating on them.
Exactly.
Just because you go like, yeah, like that in one insensitive topic could have not taken more than 3 seconds for him to think and just blurt out.
Exactly.
But it did like hurt a guy. Like it did hurt the cosplayer for longer than that. Like even that, like that was 2 years back. And I won't forget, and I don't forget the guy's face because I remember when he said it to me. He came up to my face and he said that with like, with utter disrespect and just walked away. Like he utterly disrespected. But I'm not gonna hold it against them. I'm not gonna hold it against anyone because, as you said, the good outweigh the bad. Yeah. You get more good comments than you get bad comments, but the ones that stick with you are usually the bad comments. So if you do have something to say to a cosplayer that is constructive criticism, word it right. Don't straight up attack the person for the cosplay.
Of course.
Don't tell them like, yeah, your skirt is too short for this character. That is like, and like shame them for the cosplay. Tell them that like this has to go on the left side. Like I mean like these things are not constructive criticism. This is just you being an asshole. You're just like hurting the person in front of you. And another thing that it pisses me off, I never experienced it myself because I'm not from that group of people, but when people go up to a person of color, like a brown person or a black person, and they go like, you do know the character is originally white.
Yeah.
Like, that is such an insensitive thing to say. That is so insensitive because you forget that it's about passion. You don't like a character for the color of their skin. You don't like that for their gender. You like it for their personality, for the way they look, their outfit, you know? So like for example, the character is Asian, you shouldn't be cosplaying him. Like I don't understand these comments, and I never got these. I only got the one for gender bending because that's what I do. But the people that do get it, it takes a huge toll on them because they get scared to cosplay another character like this. You can see a person that cosplayed a white character when they're with like a person of color, and they get terrified for the next time because I don't want to hear these anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So they start searching for like
a character that
exactly looks like them, the character that meets their skin tone, and they might not fully like the character, but they're just gonna go like, yeah, I'll just cosplay this just so I don't hear these bad comments. That is not good. That is not healthy for the community. You know, it hurts the cosplayers more than it hurts anyone else. Because like you can just say the word, it wouldn't matter. Like you just saw a costume that you didn't like and you just walked away. That person worked on their costume and they're terrified to work on another one because of what you said.
Especially that I feel like it's you look at the cosplayer. And then it's someone that you might not even see again. So even if you thought, like, oh yeah, Vi is supposed to be a female, keep it inside you. You don't have to say that.
No.
Just walk away. Let it be.
If someone has a doubt, if someone was wondering why a male is cosplaying a female character, go up to the cosplayer, ask them, why did you choose this in particular? Like, walk me through the scenario of you choosing this. And why, as a guy, you're cosplaying as a female? Of course, you know, like it's nothing more than someone liking a character and the creative aspect. For me, it's like it's so enjoyable to just get a female character and just like sketch out different ways it could be a male.
Exactly.
It's just fun.
It's actually, I find it more of a talent to gender bend than normal cosplay because you're not copy pasting. You have to add your own touch, and you have to, and even if you gender bend a character and another guy gender
But
bend,
it
won't be.
It won't be the same.
100% matching.
It's both ways. I mean, like in normal cosplay, you can add your own normal touch, but usually people call out other people when they add their own touch, like the hair thing, like the hair.
That was not you added a lot of that. That was you being lazy.
That was me taking away a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, still, for example, if someone did want to add another touch to the character, like, why not? You know.
Of course.
But that is for me. Like, that's the comment I got. But I can relate to a lot. Like, I can hear these stories from other people, and you can't help but feel bad for them. You go like, yeah, that person does not deserve to be called out for this stupid thing.
Exactly.
You know. Like a guy with like long hair cosplaying a character with short hair. You can't tell them to wear a wig, but it's kind of hard.
Exactly.
I mean, like for short hair to long hair, it's kind of understandable. You can always wear a wig, but a long hair to a short hair is kind of difficult.
It will be more difficult.
You know, or like a person with a darker skin tone than the character. Yeah, that is wrong. That is not a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
You're calling out a person for their skin color, not even their costume. You're saying that your skin color doesn't meet the costume. Like that is so insensitive. I don't.
Oh, yeah, it actually, which reminds me. I will not say names, but I think I already talked to you about this. Because I stopped cosplaying for a while, and then few friends of mine were doing a cosplay from Melancholy, and they asked me to do the Admiral. The Admiral is a character that in the game you never see his face, because when you're playing the game you are the Admiral, because you never actually show his face. And I was talking to a friend of mine on Facebook, and I was like, "The guy you cosplaying for this event?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just pulling something for like to help a friend, so I'll be doing an Admiral from Melancholy, blah blah blah." And the guy's first question was like, "But is he black?"
Man, like why does that even matter? Like I
was like, no one knows. They never show his face. He might be black, he might be blue. You never know.
It might be rainbow. Like who?
Exactly.
Like, just leave it to yourself. Like these comments are better kept to yourself. If you see, some people call that constructive criticism.
No, it's not.
If you're gonna be like constructive about something, be constructive about something. Don't insult the person and call it constructive criticism.
It's not really constructive. It's not like he can. Oh yeah, I forgot to change my skin today.
Yeah,
I'll go home and be white and come back.
A lot of people use the excuse to go like, yeah, but I mean like it's better to stay true to the character. I'm like, you can stay true to the character in way too many things. Why the skin color? That's the one thing I can't change about myself. So you're asking me to not cosplay a character just because my skin color doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Which is, I don't know,
stupid.
It's stupid.
Exactly.
Stupid.
It's like exactly.
It's like it's the one thing that literally just ticks me off. Even if I heard it from afar, it just ticks me off. Like I hate when I hear such things. Like it's just insensitive. It's inconsiderate. You're forgetting that the person you're talking to is another human being. If someone came to you and was like, yeah, I don't like your face, change it. Or don't walk around here with that face. You would get offended.
Exactly, yes.
Someone is telling you don't cosplay a character because of your skin color. What is this? That is straight out racism. That is straight out racism. You're discriminating people based on cosplay.
Actually, I would say that we're lucky that it's not that much here, but I read stories online.
It's not that much here, but that one or two cases
still
they hit hard. You know, they hit hard. See, that I just gave you one instance of that happening with me, and that's the one that I'm never gonna forget. Of course, because I'm always ready. Now, every time I do a gender bend, I'm always ready for that one question. You know that it's a girl, right? You're always like on guard. Like you're always like, I'm waiting for the punch. Like you're just like that. You can't help it. It's just like self-defense mechanism. I just need to watch out for myself. I don't want people to attack me for my skin color. I don't want people to call me out for my cosplay. Exactly. It's just a horrible thing to go through. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Honestly, like I said a lot about this. That's
exactly. Like last question and like full segment of the video, which is actually good. Exactly. So yeah, let's wrap it, and I guess that's it for this.
That's it for this
chit chat. It's not really an interview. It was more of a give and take.
Let's talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk.
So yeah, thank you very much for being with us, and I'll let you go study. He's supposed to be studying. He has exams soon. Just. I hope your parents see this.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Just do it!